Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Living Large Las Vegas. My name's Kobe Sherlock, and today, back in the lab, Mr. Derek Parent. Derek, say hello to everybody.
Hello, hello.
Guys, today we're bringing out another great friend and a really cool guest. We're talking about something really neat today, so thanks for tuning in. Everyone, welcome Mr. Rhett Doolittle, who is the CEO of his company, Business Warrior. And Rhett, why don't you say hello to the crowd?
How's it going? Excited to be here.
Guys, so, first things first, thanks so much for coming to hang out with us. That's really cool that you're joining us, man. And why don't you share a little bit about yourself and your background so that our listeners know what we're up to?
Sure. So I grew up in Northern California, so go 49ers this weekend. Got to get that in there. I live in Phoenix, Arizona. Our company's based in Tempe. Been an entrepreneur for 13 plus years. This is my third startup and the best one. I think all entrepreneurs think that it's going to get easier each time, and that is not the case. So it's always a struggle to get there, but happier than ever and more passionate about this business than I ever have been, and excited for the future.
Rhett, what is Business Warrior?
Business Warrior is some software that helps small business owners grow. So there's just, when it comes down to it, owning a business or being an entrepreneur is just really, really tough. And usually you start out, somebody, is a great chef and they want to open a restaurant, or they're great with numbers and they're an accountant and they're like, oh, I'm going to go open an accounting firm. And they're really good at or really skilled at something, but all the other stuff gets in their way, whether it's SEO, building a website, marketing, social media, all this junk you don't think about when you start out with something that you're really, really passionate about. And, I saw that is a real problem, and all that other stuff then makes them so they lose passion in their business, and then the product and the service declines, and then it's just a nasty spiral. So, I saw that problem. And so Business Warrior takes all that information and really simplifies it. So what we do is we take all that data about each individual business, simplify it, give them a growth score. So very similar to like Credit Karma for personal credit scores, but it's for a business. It's based around, what are all the factors that could prevent or help my business grow, growth score. And then from that point on, how do I improve that score? And then we tell you, we simplify, really 3 steps each week that each business owner could do to improve their growth score, whether it's in SEO, social media, responding to reviews and improving their reputation, everything that affects their marketing and their reach to get new customers and increase revenue.
So what you're saying is, so it's all the social media web. So you pull all the analytics in, and so you would reach out to. I just heard you say respond to the reviews. So you would reach out to a business, say, hey, to increase your business score, you would want to respond to these reviews, and this will enhance your views on Google or something.
Yeah, so we built an algorithm, and we basically are measuring what's going to positively impact the business the most. So if a business gets a 1-star review, that's really bad. They need to jump on that right away.
Yeah.
So we would alert them and say, hey, you got a new 1-star review. You need to respond to this immediately. And then whether that's, trying to call the customer and take care of the issue, or just respond and get them to remove the review or increase the review, change it from a 1-star to a 4-star or whatever it is. But that's an alert that we would get them. Other things like local listings, a lot of people don't know there's hundreds of places to be listed online or in local publications and things. And that data just changes. There's one business that, she had to close her business because her Yellow Page listing got screwed up because Google picked it up and said, oh, this business is closed, and she lost her ranking on Google. So we alert them, hey, your Yellow Page listing just dropped. You need to go fix this. So these are just, that's some of the bad stuff that we alert them of, but there's a lot of good stuff in it too.
So, being a self-employed, entrepreneur for 13 years and having 3 startups, why is this one the one that is your favorite?
Yeah, I think, my first one at the peak, we were number 18 on the Inc. 500 fastest growing companies in the United States. Over 8,000% growth rate on a 3-year period. And it was insane. Yeah, going from 5 employees to 150 and, 0 to 13 million in that span. It was a crazy ride, but I wasn't happy. Yeah. I wasn't happy. I wasn't passionate about what we're doing. We were trying to quote unquote put lipstick on a pig.
Yeah.
Trying to make, like something like credit card processing and saving money, and it's just a real nasty, dirty industry, and trying to make that sexy and cool. And really in the heart of it, I knew I wasn't really doing any good. I wasn't helping a business owner. I wasn't, really changing. So, when we created Business Warrior, it's all about trying to help a business owner grow, trying to bring passion back into their business, help them take care of the things that they don't want to take care of so they can focus on what they do best, whether that's, cooking or, providing mortgage loans and getting people into new houses, or a realtor, like really passionate about finding people the right home and not having to worry about all this other junk out there. And it's just, the platform is just going to keep getting smarter and smarter and smarter.
I see incredible value in that service. I can't tell you how many times in work, in the day-to-day, it slides by. There's that exact issue. Did I get a bad review? How do I address it? That's where, it's just having that acknowledgement that, hey, man, you need a little nudge, right? Like, hey, you need to go check this out, or, hey, you should consider this. That is things that we just kind of, when we're dialed in loans, at least in my experience specifically, sometimes I am passing up the opportunity to grow with social media or do my SEO stuff, which is not easy when you're, running a small business.
Yeah, well, you're torn, right? So, being a business owner, right, you want to help your clients, but you also want to, get more, you also need clients, or you're growing an office, you're managing, right? Like, and then you have this whole new, back when 20 years ago, your social media wasn't so big as it is now, right? Or the Google, or that stuff wasn't that big. Now it's like, it's a huge part. It's like, 30-40% of your business, right, is out there, right? It's connecting with the right consumers, the realtors, people know what you're doing. For us on our side, so we see how big it is. And you just said something, like, owners lose, passion, right? Like, I love doing what I do, but sometimes, like, you have to do other things, right? And then you forget things. So yeah, I see, like, because we're on the platform, Rhett, like, how many subscribers do you have right now? And
1,500. So even though we've been in business for 5 years, we've been testing other platforms and building our own software, and we had our own marketing agency. We've been testing all this stuff ourselves so that we knew. And then we said, okay, we know exactly what to build. We know how to solve this problem for the business owner. And so we literally just launched, late last year, November, December. And so we're only, a month in. We have over 1,500 subscribers and growing really, really quickly.
You would think, so with everything that he says that your platform does, right, the cost is not very expensive. What's the cost?
$30 a month.
$30 a month. I mean, $30 a month to have someone overlooking, you're talking like pennies by the hour, right?
It's almost like, your digital guardian out there. I love it, man. Really looking out for you.
That's a good point. So that's another really big part of the platform is, a lot of these business owners I talk to, I'm paying this guy to do social media. I'm paying this group to do SEO for him. Okay, how do you know they're doing their job? Oh, I don't. Use the Business Warrior app to hold those people accountable. So for $30, like it's nothing. Keep using those people. If they're doing a great job, our software is going to tell you they're doing a good job. Double down on them, or they're not. Same thing as long-term plan for this is to really hold people, the big monsters, accountable too. I want to hold Facebook accountable. I want to hold Google accountable. You're spending all this money on, keywords and click ads and Facebook ads and stuff like that, and you're just dumping money. What if you're never going to get the return? So the long-term plan and vision for this is, say you own a restaurant or a veterinary clinic, and you're in there and you're spending $1,000 a month on Facebook ads. We're going to have enough data to say, we have 1,000 veterinary clinics just like you across the country. And what we found is you actually shouldn't spend that much on Facebook ads. You should shift that money to Google, because we found that, the average veterinary clinic that spends that in Google has 50% more revenue. So as time goes on, the platform gets really, really, more smart, and then we can give better recommendations to the business. The more we know about the business, it just keeps getting escalated over time.
How often do you guys connect with the owner? Is it a weekly check-in, or how does that work?
The score and all the data updates once a week, and then we have, we're getting alerts on our system, and then we have a bunch of account managers back at the office, and they're reaching out. If they see something that sticks out, they're reaching out to each business owner and trying to go over the score with them and point it out to them. Because even if we're going to just make it as simple as possible, I mean, what's crazy is this whole thing. So we built this platform so that it makes all this stuff easier, so it prioritizes. But what would I would love to do? I would love to just focus on my software to make a better product, just like everybody else, right? And like, okay, I just want to focus on solving the problem and building a great product, but I have to worry about that stuff too. Like, how do I get in front of the business owners? So a major problem in the United States is small business owners don't ask for help, and they don't seek help. They know they have a problem, like kind of subconsciously, and they know that their revenue is flat or even slightly declining, and they just keep plugging away. But even just as humans, we don't ask for help. It's just not comfortable. It's the way we're brought up. At least I know for me personally, but I would say the majority of people I meet don't ask for help. So these small business owners that are owner operators, I think once you get to a certain scale and you have a team and stuff, they can handle this stuff. But a lot of these owner operators that are taking out the garbage, doing the cooking, doing their own accounting, they're not asking for help. Their answer is to just do more and work more, work longer hours, and they need help. There's solutions out there to help them, and this is one of them. So a major problem for us is not just building a great product, but how do we get in front of them? So we have to get really creative. We have to get on podcasts. We got to have, we're hiring interns. Like, we hired a bunch of interns that go to UNLV. And so, they can get in front of business owners and just give them demos of the app that, we can solve a lot of problems for them. But we got to get really, really creative.
Yeah, it's funny when you said, work more hours is the key. Like, it's not. Like, the key is having great people or great systems in place help you improve your business dramatically. Yeah. And I hear that a lot. Well, I work 18-hour days, or but I think you can have a well-balanced work life if you have great things in place, like your platform, right? Mm-hmm. That's watching your back. I think, the time that most people spend on social media, I think you can cut probably that down by 75% if your company is watching our back, which that's why we appreciate it, because we know where our scores are because of what you guys have done for us. So, we're a user and we appreciate it. I've known you for a little while now, and I happen to be with you, and some stuff happened. I know there's a story out there how $40,000 was stolen from you, essentially. Like, tell us about that.
This is crazy. I mean, this is what business owners go through. You're trying to scale and you're having some success, and you just get beat down. Yeah. So we were doing a transaction with somebody, and part of as soon as I signed the contract, the deal was I had to wire him $40,000. So it was a good deal for us. I won't get into the details of the deal because it doesn't matter. But so, we're doing the contract, sign the contract. There's wiring instructions, and he emails me and says, hey, I got updated wire instructions. Here you go. And I said, okay. I went back and forth. And then from that same email, he sends me a scanned, signed agreement. I'm like, okay, good to go. So I wired the money. About 20 minutes later, I texted him and said, hey, I wired the money, blah, 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 blah. And he texted me back and he said, I didn't sign the contract yet. I went, what? You didn't sign the contract yet? I have it. Your signature here. No, I didn't sign it. And I'm like, well, I just wired money to you. And he's like, who'd you wire it to? So somebody had been watching him for over a year, his email. And at the right time, they picked up and redirected his email. And then they pretended they were him, all the way to the point where they actually printed the contract, took a signature off of an old email of his, put it onto the contract, sent it to me. They changed the wire instructions. Yeah. So what do I do? So I'm like, $40,000, I'm out. I still need to make this deal happen. This is like a major thing we've been working on for months. So I had to go borrow $40,000, made the deal happen, but still I'm out $40,000. How am I going to get this back? So I go to the bank, Wells Fargo. They're pointing fingers, not doing much about it. I caught it within 30 minutes. So, and then the receiving bank was Bank of America. So they said, oh, we got to wait for Bank of America. So I'm waiting days, nothing. I'm out $40,000, nothing. Finally, they come back and say, oh yeah, here we were able to save $1,600. I'm like, what? You're insane. So who's at fault? So then I got to go to the police, the police in Phoenix, and they say, file it with the FBI. Go online. I file it with the FBI. Literally, you hit submit on this internet crime division on the FBI, and you get a response that says, we received your complaint, and we have it. Do not call us. Do not try to resubmit. We receive it. If we get to your case, we get to it. So no response. Weeks go by. I'm like, what do I do? Like, literally, somebody just steals $40,000, and you're completely just powerless. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to go to the FBI office. So I go to Phoenix and I go to drive up to the FBI office. I mean, there's like barricades. I've never been there. Like, I didn't even know it was there. It's like hidden barricades, 5-inch plexiglass. And I just walk up and I'm like knocking on the window and they're like, can I help you? And so now I'm talking to an agent through this plexiglass and they basically like turned me away. Wouldn't even let me, I didn't even get past the front gates. They said, yeah, you did it right. You submitted on the IC3 site and good luck. See you later. There's just so much wire fraud out there that they can't even keep up. It's billions and billions of dollars. So I don't know what dollar amount that they actually do something about it. But so now what are my options? I mean, are the banks responsible because they have a fraudulent account? So that's Bank of America. Why is Bank of America funding a fraudulent account? And so, what are my next steps? I don't know. I got to sue Bank of America, sue Wells Fargo, just try to get my money back. It's insane.
Man, I can't believe that.
Wire fraud's real. In the lending industry, we wire. It's how we wire, and then you see it commonly on a lot of signatures. But I would just say that's a great point. That like, whenever you send money or you're getting ready to receive it, what we do is we call first, verify the account number, and then after the account number is verified, then we would continue with the wire. So it's funny, it's like back in the day, you didn't have to do that. Now it's like everything is, it's redundant. You have to have processes in place for that. And
you guys do that every day. But for me, like,
right.
I don't send that many wires. It's like,
and the title companies, man, they're hyper aware. I mean, just like Derek said, it's in their signature. Like as soon as you receive it says in almost every email, if you receive wiring instructions, call us immediately.
Yeah.
So they're, that's just their job.
You guys are on
It's a different
it.
situation.
Well, but to your point, like you don't do it every single day. So, but this is letting people be aware. If someone's asking to wire money, first thing you want to do is pick up the phone, call the person, verify the account number, verify the funds, and then send. You were being proactive and just say, hey, it's contract signed, let me send, right? And you didn't know that his email was hacked, right?
No.
It was, not your email, but you gotta
they're
be
so
conscious.
good. It's like literally they're like even copying his language and tone, like in the emails. It literally just sounded just like him. And at the same time, I'm texting him the similar stuff. It's crazy.
That's why, I got to be honest, when you started this story, I was in the headspace that you were going to end with a great, part.
Oh, no,
this is a sad end, man. This is TBD.
I'm not giving up, but like I got to close business. I got to run my company. I don't have time to like find an attorney that's going to sue Bank of America and spend another $10,000 on that with the hopes that they're going to get this, I'm going to win that battle. It's like, I got to move on.
I'll tell you
Bank of
what,
America,
man.
we're coming for you. So to shift gears, right? So is there any other platform out there similar to what you're doing, or are you the only one in that space?
There's some other platforms that do like a piece, like a company called EX. They're a monster. They have over 1.6 million subscribers, and they really dominate like the local listings. They're trying to get into like do a better job in the marketing and advertising space, but they're just a monster and they move really slow. We're nimble and we are very in tune with the business owners. We're literally on meeting with small business owners all the time and talking to them about what they need and what we can do to the platform. And that changes our development cycle like almost real time. Yeah. We are really trying to solve the problem for the business owner. So yeah, there's some I would say other platforms that do a piece of what we do, but I don't know of another one that does everything. So for $30 a month, you could take 6 tools into one, and then we actually tell them what to do. That's the thing that makes us different. We're not just another dashboard. There's so many dashboards. It's like I don't need another fancy dashboard. Just tell me what to do. I don't need a degree just to learn how to tell me what the dashboard is. Like Google Analytics is like a nightmare. Like if anybody's logged into Google Analytics, it's like, what am I looking at? Just tell me, like, I'm getting more new customers. What do I do? And that's the thing. We take all that data and we tell the business owner what to do.
Yeah, I'll be honest. That's my approach to things. Just tell me what to do. Like honestly, like the dashboard thing, because you have to read into it. Like, because we're doing something now, and I get emailed, and I'm sometimes not curious, so I always call them like, hey, just tell me what to do now, right? Yeah. So I was kind of like, I had to add a couple of things to the website, or do some changes. Just tell me, right? And that's huge. I like that you guys communicate that way, and being effective in your communication is pretty awesome. And, I appreciate it.
It definitely supports, as far as your customer diversity, it supports multiple generations as well. Derek's right. Not that he and I are any, there's a big age difference here. But, with Derek, he is that guy. He wants to pick up the phone. Hey, what's up? What do we need to do? Or, hey, what exactly do I need to do? And, of course, I've seen, the dashboard life where it's like, here's the instructions on what you need to check out. But making it that much easier in service is only going to help the small business owner directly. I think it's incredible.
Yeah. But I think your platform is diverse for, millennials or, my gen, right? And I think that some people want to pick up the phone, or some people can just understand how your platform, because your platform is so easy to use, right? So being easy to use, and you said nimble is one of the words. Like, so I'm sure you guys are always upgrading and making, tweaks and changes. And, before you know it, Rhett's company is going to be, the leading industry of software.
Yeah. For small businesses, 100%. That's a good point. Like, thinking about millennials, thinking about the guy that just doesn't know what even SEO is. Because we meet them all the time. It's probably, when we're out in the field, the owner-operator, probably 50% don't even know what SEO is. It's search engine optimization, basically how you rank on a Google search. So if you were to put in, the parent team into a Google search in Las Vegas, where did that rank? And we tell them. But we thought about that. And so going forward, the way we develop the program is, we're going to give them a score. We're going to tell them what to do. But then, okay, here's 3 things to do. Now we're giving them the choice. Do you want to do it yourself? Do you want to just pay somebody that we recommend, or are we going to do it for you? So the millennial probably has they have a lot more of these skills. Social media. Oh no. Okay. I know I need to post more. Okay. Got it. Let me go do that myself. Oh, respond to this review. Business owners really in tune. They just really hold those reviews personal to them. I want to do it myself. Somebody else who just wants to move on and know that it's taken care of, hit a button, take care of it for me. So we give them that option.
Super convenient.
Yeah.
Man, we have a lot of people that come through here that are really incredible industry leaders in what they're up to. And it's really great, to have someone from your space and working on the digital side. But you nailed a few things as we've been talking that have really just glued to me. And you talked about hiring, interns from UNLV. And so helping those younger folks to really get plugged into what you're up to in the industry. And right on the front end, you spoke into, this is your 3rd run at it.
Yeah.
And Derek always talks about will versus want in the entrepreneurial world. Sure, we want something, but do we really have the will to make it happen and get it? Can you speak into a little bit about how you've overcome these challenges and how now you're passing that, guidance on to interns as they're growing in your industry while you're handling things like losing 40K, right? Like the reality happens in business where things don't always go perfect, but it takes will, and you've got it. So I just want to hear about it.
Yeah, you just said that. I got goosebumps because, that's where the Business Warrior name came from. To be a business owner or an entrepreneur and to be successful and running your business and surviving, it takes a warrior mentality. It's that will, it's that grit. It's just knowing that you're on it and you're passionate. You're going to do whatever it takes to figure it out and succeed. As long as you're providing value, solving a problem, and doing it at a reasonable cost. But all this stuff, losing 40 grand, paying taxes, government changing stuff, laws changing, just all this other stuff you don't think of. You got to battle through all that stuff that you just never thought that would have come up. All of a sudden your website gets shut down. You didn't, you know what I mean? Somebody, hacks your website, and all of a sudden all your traffic is routed somewhere. You lose a listing. It takes serious grit. Financing the company. It always costs, 3 times as much as you thought it would, and it's going to take twice as long to do it. So how are you going to get through that? If you only planned for X amount of dollars and it's going to take 3X, how are you going to make up that difference? It takes some serious grit and a warrior mentality to get through it.
When I'm sitting there thinking, we've known each other for a little while, and I think of a distinction that we've talked about a lot, and it's consumer versus partner, right? And you're a partner of businesses. You're not a consumer. So you're not just taking $30 a month and saying, give me money, right? You're actually a partner. So you take a really small dollar amount and you give a huge amount of value. So to me, you're a partner in my business. You're not a consumer. that just really hit me when we're talking about, you know, like will versus want. That's a big thing that we talk about, because a lot of people, they want to make a lot of money, but they just don't have the will to do it, or they want a great company, but they don't have the will to turn it into a great company. And that I just really thought about that when we were sitting here thinking, I'm looking at you like, damn, like Rhett is the ultimate partner for any business that wants to expand their reach. This is a partner. He's not here to take your money. He's not a consumer. He's someone who's going to, you know, take care of you. And that's what people really need to know about you, is that your company, the Business Warrior, is a partner of your company. So, you know, thank you for being that partner in the industry. It's such a space that, you know, like no one knows, you know, like, you know, one day, you know, you're in front of Congress with Facebook and they change laws, and you have to be on top of those laws that are changing. But but when you're a partner, you let those companies know what's coming down, where the changes are. That way they don't get fined by, you know, the SEC, or Congress comes in and or someone hits them with violations of state, you know, because we're highly regulated. So we don't have one thing on our website, you know, you're paying a fine, right? They come in. So having you there as a partner, watching, you know, people's back is huge. So, you know, thank you for that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the partner mentality is constantly talking to the users of the platform, our clients, our partners, is saying, what's going on? What's preventing you from succeeding? What bothers you? What don't you know about that we can help with? And then, okay, let's build, if we can build it into the platform at a reasonable cost without, you know, trying to like get us crazy price or anything like that, then we're going to do it.
Yeah. I mean, 5 years of building out, you know, is huge. And I know you had a lot of people that were on trial and they stayed, right? They stayed because the platform's that good, right? But, you know, what's your goal would be how many users, like, what's your 2020, like, big goal for 2020 as far as users by the end of the year?
10,000 users.
Wow.
All right. Yeah, by 2020. 100,000 users in 3 years.
8,500 away for the end of the year.
Yeah.
So if you're listening,
let's
go.
do it.
We need you.
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, let's put it to the work. This thing has been mastered over 5 years, and the will is there, and that's really what people need to know. You know, that they do have a person that represents how to get things done, man, and that's so important in what we're up to, and obviously with the best of heart. I mean, I hear what you're saying, you know, with your previous business. Doesn't always matter if you come up top 10 on, you know, Inc. Are you providing something real for folks to grow? And you are, and I think it's really cool, man, and I appreciate you sharing. Rhett, if the listeners want to get engaged with Business Warrior or reach out to you, what's the best way for them to contact?
Businesswarrior.com, and then you can kind of start to learn about it there, and we're on social media too, Instagram, Business Warrior app, but I think businesswarrior.com would be the best place to start.
All right, we'll definitely put those links, obviously, in the bottom of the cast for you guys to get connected. Come check out what we're up to on this. And of course, man, I can't say it enough. Thank you so much for coming in and sharing your story, because it's super cool, man. I'm excited for you. I do hope you get that 40K.
That's right.
I can't believe that, man. I can't believe it.
Eventually.
Somebody's listening from Bank of America. Help me out.
Hey, come help my guy. He's out here trying to provide a good service for people. But nah, man, awesome. Business Warrior.
I had a good time. This is great. Love what you guys are
We're
doing.
going to have to do a recap on this as we continue to get through this year for your successes, because I imagine they're coming, and they're coming in a big way. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, Derek, thank you so much again, and living large. You guys are awesome. Thanks for coming in and tuning in. Business Warrior, check it out. Let's get it started. Let's grow together, because that's what we're all up to. Let's keep it going.
I mean, speaking of social media, I better do a little.
Let's grow together.
Let's grow together. I need to post on social media here shortly.
Here we go. Live. Living large.
Hey.
Derek Parent.
Behind the scenes.